I think this latest study is a result of like Stockholm syndrome. And that is, you get used to a quality of life that is subpar. And when the slightest of improvement comes along, you're like, wow, this is awesome. Last year, is
that what it's called on the Central Coast?
The major airlines in America received the best score ever in the 29-year history of an annual study that tracks consumer complaints. On-time performance, mishaps like mishandled baggage and passengers getting bumped off oversold flights went down, and the quality rating awarded its best overall score ever and noted that industry scores have been improving every year since 2015, when that's the year that the most consumer complaints were filed. Last year, there were 8,800 consumer complaints compared to 11,500 in 2017.
Okay.
So the number's continuing to go down.
Yeah.
Now, they ranked the airlines. Who do you think was the best?
Well,
it's good. This is great news.
I heard about this. It's Delta.
Yeah.
Delta.
This is great news for people in San Luis Obispo.
Because Delta's here?
Delta's here, and number 2's here too. Alaska Airlines.
Yeah, Alaska Airlines. I think Alaska's been number 1 for a number of years, and they actually the reason I know what you're talking about.
You sound
is
defeated.
Because
you're such a brand loyalist.
That no, I'm not defeated.
Yeah, you are. Because you tout the benefits of Alaska Airlines
I do.
all the time.
I have, right? But they also got a little too big for their britches in this last 2 years, and they acquired Virgin Airlines, and they changed things up. And they've listen. It's still a great airline.
What's a negative
it's still
change?
Amazing.
What's a negative change?
The first class upgrade. It used to be $50. Now I got to pay $100, and I just don't think it's worth it.
Well, depending on how far you're going to fly.
No, well, that's the thing is the further you fly, the more the upgrade is.
Oh.
So if you're flying,
so if you want to fly to Seattle, it's $100.
It's $100 now. It used to be $53.
From where? From
San Luis Obispo to Seattle, it used to be $53. Now it's $106.
What's first class on those tiny ass planes, though? I mean, is there a separation? Is there a
no,
bulkhead?
you get a bigger seat. It's 2 seats on when you walk on the plane. On the left, there's 2 seats, and on the right, there's 1 seat. So if you're traveling by yourself, you can try to get one of those just single seats, and you get the bigger seat, but you get all the cocktails you want, and there's food. There's warm nuts.
Is there a curtain? If I'm flying first class, there better be a curtain.
The curtain is a mesh curtain now, so they can see through it, but there is a curtain.
Okay, that's good enough for me. As long as I don't have to fly with the commoners, I'm fine. If I'm paying for the first class.
When I sit in first class, they say right in the beginning, there's 2 lavatories on board. There's a lavatory up front for the first class passengers, and there's a lavatory in the back for everyone else.
Yeah, nobody uses the one in the back. Right?
Please don't forming lines up by the front because of the cockpit and all the 9/11 stuff. So, but I'm sitting there and I see these people coming up from the back, and I got to be honest with you, it bugs me.
Why?
I don't do it. If I'm in coach, I go to the coach bathroom.
If you're sitting in row 5,
yes, I will go all the way to the back.
You will go 20 rows as opposed to walk 4 rows.
They say right in the beginning that the bathroom, the lavatory in the front of the airplane is for first class passengers.
Yeah, I'm not subscribing.
So I go to the back.
I will go to the closest one.
A lot of times there's more than one bathroom in the back. There's 2 in the back. There's one in the front.
You know what? That philosophy should scare you, because what if there's a mad rush to get to the back of the airplane, and the weight distribution affects the way it flies.
There's only 2 bathrooms back there. So, or 1, I don't know. So I don't think there's going to be a mad rush. And it bothers me because it's classism, right? I'm in first class, they're not. And it bothers me that they're coming up.
It's total classism.
Because I spent my money to sit there, and I think that, you know what? That's our bathroom.
This comes from years and years of living in a gated community.
It bothers me. I don't like that it bothers. I'm trying, I'm talking to you right now like you're my therapist, which is kind of scary, but I don't like that it bothers me, but it still bothers me. And I tell myself, Jeremy, don't let this bother you. It bothers me.
You want me to give you a therapist?
I always try to make eye contact with them when they're coming out of the bathroom and they're walking back to their seat. Do
you want me to give you the
therapist
response?
Whose?
The therapist response.
Yes.
Because you're
not a therapist.
They're there to get, but I can.
Are you going to play one on the radio?
Play one on the radio for sure.
Okay.
Why do you make eye contact with them, Jeremy?
Because I want them to know that they're in the wrong.
But how does that make you feel?
Frustrated.
And are you having any...
I think you're really bad at this, by the way.
Are you having any feelings of, like, you shouldn't be feeling that way towards them because they're just doing a human thing by using the restroom?
I feel that they shouldn't use the bathroom because they're told that it's not for them. We paid more for it. And at the same time,
I'm hearing you.
I feel bad because I shouldn't feel this. I shouldn't feel this way about anybody. I think everybody should be treated equal.
Have you ever been a manager at a Starbucks?
Don't bring Starbucks into this.
Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.